All right, we are back with another episode of It's That Easy. Hope everyone is having a great Sunday. Had a great weekend as well, because we're going to talk about what happened today and what to look forward to tomorrow in many different sports. So, if you're watching, please like the video, and if you get a chance, go ahead and subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate that. And here's another thing. Check this out. Can you see that? That I actually have these cool hats that were made. Isn't that pretty cool? So here's what I'm going to say. If the first five people that will comment or send me a message, if you know me, send me a message and just say you'd like to wear one of these I have in gray and in black. I'll send it to you for free just to get the name out. See if we can get some more people checking out the podcast. So, but yeah, let's jump into what happened today. So, we talked about golf a little earlier, and check it out. These guys, there was a ton of rain over there, so kind of postponed them. Scotty Scheffler was in second place earlier. Victor Hovland was in first. These guys went to the 17th hole because by that time, after they got started later in the day, it was getting dark. So they were tied 21 all. Victor Hovland and Scheffler were both on the green. Scheffler had a long putt. He putted it. They were both putting for birdie. He puts it past the hole a good 6 to 8 feet. Hovland puts it. I'm talking like inches away from the hole. He puts in for a par. Scheffler has to hit this 8-foot putt to to go into a playoff. And man, it was nerve wracking. And he nails it. Great play. Today obviously both of them played really well. And so they're actually gonna have to start again tomorrow because it got late. So if you're having fun watching golf today, guess what? You get to watch it tomorrow too, and it'll be on the Golf Channel instead of whatever station you were watching it on. So, good for those guys. That's cool. I mean, I just like to see good golf, and they played a lot of good golf. I think Scheffler hit like 3 or 4 putts to stay in contention. If you're watching World Cup, interesting game today. Canada and South Africa. So Canada had tons of chances throughout. They should have won the game 3-0. South Africa played their hearts out. It wasn't until 2 minutes into the extra time at the end of the game that Canada finally scores. Finally broke the back of South Africa. It was kind of sad, not only for South Africa, but I also called a draw, and I was hoping it would go into overtime, but it didn't. Canada took the win today. South Africa gets to go home after playing a really good game, and Canada moves on. And the crazy part is because Canada didn't finish first in their group, they didn't get to play in Canada. They actually were playing in LA, so they had to travel. I don't know where they're going to next, but that's today's game. So tomorrow we got some really good games. We got Brazil and Japan. So I wrote some notes here. Let me give you what I'm thinking here. So Brazil, they've been scoring the last two games. I think they've scored 5 goals each. I got Brazil winning 3-1, and the over under is 2.5. I would actually go the over. I'm gonna go the over. I think because Japan will probably score a goal. It'll probably be 3-1. 2-1, 3-1, something like that. Brazil will score. Japan will fight back. Brazil will score at the end there to keep it up. But yeah, that's what I got going on for the first game. Second game, Germany and Paraguay. Germany, tough team. Paraguay, barely made it in there. Germany is a heavy favorite, minus 300. Over under is 2.5. I got Germany winning. But I don't know if you bet minus 300, you probably don't win a lot of money. So I would probably go the over on this one as well. Germany seems to be scoring goals, and Paraguay kind of hangs in there. They'll get their goal, maybe two. Who knows? But um, I'm thinking 2-1 or 3-0 Germany. So that'll get us over the 2.5 goals. So we got that for tomorrow. And then the Netherlands will play Morocco. This is a tough one here because the Morocco was tough. Morocco played really good. They've also, each of these teams have scored, at least 2 or 3 times every game, other than the very first game that Morocco played. So I feel like it's going to be a 3-1, 3-0 Netherlands game win, which will put us the over. Netherlands are plus 125. So that's actually, I mean, you could pick a money line. Maybe they just win 1-0. or 2-1, and maybe they don't go the over, but that's a good play to pick them to win. I think they're going to win the game tomorrow, and but I think they're going to hit the over as well. So, but those are your picks, and let's see. Yeah, there are more games every day. So tomorrow night we'll talk about the games coming up for Tuesday. So good luck on those, and then we'll run through baseball today really quick. My Rangers, they're hanging in there, man. They're doing well. They just hit 500. They are also at the top of the AL West. Didn't think I'd be saying that anytime soon. But they hung on to it for a 3-2 win. I think they were up 3-1. And of course, Blue Jays come back in the bottom of the ninth, or bottom of the ninth. Um, Rangers hang on to win. Pirates made me eat my words. I was going Reds because I thought Pirates weren't doing too well. Pirates said, nope, watch this. Put up 9 runs on the Reds. They actually jumped out pretty quick. Reds tried to catch up. Pirates just pulled ahead. Nationals came back for me because the Orioles jumped out to a lead. I had picked the Nationals. Nationals came back to win that game. Tampa was favored. Kind of knew they were going to win, and they did, 5-1. So they beat up on Kelly. I had picked the Astros to win. I thought it'd be a little easier and a little lower scoring game, but it was a shootout. They hung on. They went the over. I think the over under was 8.5. They got 12 runs, so they've multiple times they've gone over the. I think one game this series they didn't, but the other two they did. Phillies put a scare as well. I picked the Phillies to win. Mets jumped out on top of them as well. Phillies came back, fought back to win that game there. Mariners almost got me. Remember I told you, every time I bet the Mariners every time I pick the Mariners to win, they lose. Every time I bet them to lose, they win. Well, they were ahead quite a bit of this game. Guardians came back, thank goodness, saved my honor. Thank you, Cleveland. Now, the Cubs, on the other hand, they were a little upset that I had picked the Milwaukee Brewers over them. So they came back, beat the Brewers, in the 10th inning. So, I don't know if everybody watches baseball, but when you go into extra innings, that first extra inning or each extra inning you go into, you start with a guy on second base, no outs. So to me, I love that because that's just more, one, it's more ways to get runs across, and two, it's more ways to get them done quicker than going 18, 19, 20 innings, and no one stays awake for that. So I like that rule there. Kansas City got me. White Sox had put 22 up on them the other night. they outscored the White Sox by 1. I think yesterday the White Sox won 2-1. The Royals got them today 5-4. Cardinals got me too. I was picking Marlins to win, but Cardinals kept it low, 2-1. Easy game there. I did pick the Angels. Angels took care of the Athletics, 4-1. So good for them. Giants, I had picked Giants again. The A's are obviously the team with the better record, but they've been struggling recently. Giants had better pitching today, even though Sale, the ace for the Braves, was going. Giants won, hung in there 3-2. Dodgers, I had Padres. Dodgers beat the Padres today. And I had the Red Sox, who now I can't remember what uniform they were wearing. I feel like it was the white uniform. Oh, no, it was the red uniform. Sorry about that. So they went green, yellow, red. They probably had a white on in there at some point. They were actually beating the Yankees 2-0. Going to the top of the ninth, Yankees tie it up. Going to extra innings, Yankees go up 4-2. Red Sox come back, win it in the end, 5-4. Saved me there too. So hopefully you had a great time watching some sports there. Also, I will time stamp this so you'll be able to go through, and if you want to hear something quicker than the time it takes me to get through whatever news I'm talking about, you can just go straight to it. So let's get to our picks for tomorrow, June 29th. So Texas they left Toronto. They said, thank you, Toronto. We enjoyed the sweep. Now we're going to Cleveland. Texas, 42 and 42 now. Pitching Alexander, 2.62 ERA. This is, I was going to say appearance. This is a reliever start at least, because this guy does 1 and 2 innings at a time. They did win their last game. The last time he pitched was against Toronto. We beat Toronto. So But the Rangers are on a 4-game winning streak, so that's really good there. I think we're a couple games short of our longest winning streak for this season. Guardians 43-40, pitching Messick 2.67 ERA. He's actually pretty good. Got last 2 starts, 7 innings and 2 runs, 6 innings, 2 runs. But he has lost 4 of his last 5 starts, and one of those losses was to Texas. But they have won 2 in a row. My numbers are saying Texas is a little better, depending on who we pitch. But the bats have to show up. I'm going underdog again. Texas, 3rd underdog day in a row. We'll go Texas to win in Cleveland. White Sox and the Orioles. White Sox are pitching Burke, 3.71 ERA. 2 really good starts, 6 innings, 1 run, 7 innings, 1 run. Won his last 2 starts and 4 of his last 5. The bad part is the White Sox lost today, so they're on a little 1-game losing streak there. Orioles pitching Baz, 4.31 ERA. 5 innings, 5 runs, 7 innings, 3 runs. Not great. Lost 3 of his last 4 games. He lost to the Angels, Seattle, and Toronto, so not doing so well. They're on a 2-game losing streak, but prior to losing today, the White Sox have been doing well. Even though the Orioles are picked to win, we are going White Sox to go to Baltimore as the underdog and take the W there. Pirates and the Phillies. Pirates are pitching Ashcraft, 3.07 ERA. Won his last 2 starts against Seattle and the A's. They've won 3 of their last 5 games, and they did win today, so they've got a little 1-game winning streak going on there. Phillies are pitching Nola, 5.58 ERA. He's not doing great. Last 2 games, 5 innings, 2 runs, 5 innings, 3 runs. But they have won 4 of his last 5 games, and he's beaten Milwaukee, the Nationals, the White Sox, the Padres. So he's beaten some pretty good teams. They have won 4 of their last 5 games. They did won today. Barely had to come back and beat the Mets after losing 2 nights ago. So that's why they're on a 6 or 7-game winning streak. But we're going to go. They are slightly favored. I think Pittsburgh is like right around there, 108, 102, something like that. So we got Phillies tomorrow to cover at home. Tigers visiting the Yankees. Tigers pitching Mize, 2.95 ERA. He's lost 4 of his last 5 starts. They're not doing great. Actually, yeah, they're not doing great at all. I'm not going to like this pick that I put. Yankees are pitching Weathers. Tigers have lost 2 in a row. Yankees are pitching Weathers, 3.95 ERA. He's pretty decent last game there, but they've lost the 4 prior to last game. He lost to the White Sox, Toronto, Boston, and the A's. They're on a 3-game losing streak. It's actually the battle of the losing streaks. I know we should pick Yankees, but I think they're just struggling. There's something about their confidence, because even when they took the lead, they just couldn't hold on to it. And they were being no hit to about 4 or 5 innings today. So I'm going to go Tigers. If the Tigers can steal one from New York, maybe it's the first game of the series. So let's go Tigers as an underdog tomorrow in New York. Mets and the Blue Jays. Mets are pitching Manaea, 4.87 ERA. He lost his last start against Chicago, but he's won 2 of his last 3, so not too bad. But the Mets have lost 1 in a row, and it's only 1 because 2 nights ago they beat the Phillies. But prior to that, I feel like it was 4 or 5 in a row. So Blue Jays are pitching Savage, 3.56 ERA. Last 2 starts, pretty good. 5 innings, 1 run, 7 innings, 3 runs. He lost his last start to Houston, but he did beat Boston and New York and the Yankees before that. So bad part is the Blue Jays are on a 6-game losing streak. This is a tough one to pick. I'm going to go that they can figure this thing out. The numbers are really close. That like they're both, at least they're bad right now. And so we'll go with the home team, the favorite team. But you never know what's going to happen in this one. I probably wouldn't put my mortgage payment on this one. But yeah, we'll go Blue Jays to break that Texas streak of losing to the Astros and to the Rangers. And go to New York. Let's beat up on New York teams. I like that. Washington and the Red Sox. Washington pitching Mikolas, 5.24 ERA. He lost his last 2 starts to Philly and Tampa Bay, but he won the 2 before against Seattle and San Francisco. The Nationals actually won 2 in a row The bad part for them is they're facing a hot Red Sox team. Pitching Suarez, 2.83 ERA. His last 2 starts, 6 innings, 3 runs, 6 innings, no runs. He beat Seattle and Texas after losing to Colorado his last game. They've won 4 of their last 5 games, and they have won 3 in a row against the mighty Yankees. So for that, and they're a huge favorite too. We're going Boston to hang in there against or to beat Nationals. I don't know if they're going to go over that 8.5. Even today, going in extra innings. Well, no, they did. They had to score 5. They scored 9 today, but they should have won 2-0. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. But Boston tomorrow winning at home. Reds and the Brewers. Reds pitching Lodolo, 5.59 ERA. Not too good starts. He's pitched 4 innings his last 2 games. He's lost his last 4 starts. Milwaukee, the Mets, Diamondbacks, and the Cardinals. They've lost they've won 2 of their last 5 games, but they've lost 1 in a row. Before that, they had lost a few in a row. Brewers are pitching Gasser, 4.50 ERA. Won his last 2 starts, and they've won 3 of their last 5 games, but they've also lost 2 in a row. But of the losing streaks, I got to go Milwaukee to come out of that and beat the Reds. They'll be in Milwaukee. So Padres and the Cubs, for some reason they have a line, but the Padres don't have a pitcher. I don't know who they're pitching, but they've won 3 of their last 5 games. They have lost 2 in a row. They were doing pretty good up till these last couple games they lost. Cubs are pitching Imanaga, 4.40 ERA. Won his last 2 starts. They've won 4 of their last 5 games, and they've won 2 in a row. So you know what we got to do. We got to go Cubs. I need the Padres. Maybe I'll fill that in and see if there's any difference. But the numbers right now, it's going to go Cubs. So Twins and the Astros. Twins are pitching Matthews, 4.56 ERA. Not bad. 6 innings, 2 runs, 7 innings, 2 runs in his last 2 starts. Did lose to the Dodgers in the last one, but they and 3 of the last 5. That's not good. They've only won 2 of their last 5 games, but they did win today. Or they won their last game. Sorry. Astros pitching Lambert, 3.28 ERA. They've won his last 2 starts and 4 of his last 5 starts. Beat Toronto, Detroit, the A's. They've won 4 of their last 5 games, and they have won 2 in a row. So we're going to stick with the Astros to win at home over a struggling Twins team. Marlins and the Rockies. Marlins pitching Alcantara, 4.01 ERA. Won his last 5 starts, beating Texas, Philly, Pittsburgh, Tampa Bay, and Washington. They've won 4 of their last 5 games. They did lose today, but that's okay. They were on a little streak. You got to have a little bump there, and then you kind of jump back on the winning wagon there. They're playing Colorado, pitching Sullivan, 8.25 ERA, not good. Lost his last 3 starts. Boston, the Cubs, and the A's. They've lost 1 in a row. We are going to go Marlins, and if you look at the 11 over under, it's because they're in Colorado. The ball seems to fly out of the park in Colorado, so a lot of runs can be scored, and they do hit. Both of these teams score runs. So let's go the over and Miami to outshoot the Colorado Rockies. Angels and the Mariners. Yeah, you know what I think about the Mariners. I'm not even going to go into that again. Angels pitching Johnson. Won his 8.84 ERA, but his last 2 starts were 6 innings, no runs, 5 innings, 5 runs. Not bad. They did win their last start against Baltimore. They've won 4 of their last 5 games, and they have won 2 in a row. Playing the Mariners, pitching Kirby, 3.94 ERA. He actually has 2 good starts. 6 innings, 2 runs, 6 innings, 3 runs. They won his last start against Pittsburgh, but he did lose the 3 prior. Baltimore twice, and the Mets. They've lost 2 in a row and only won 1 of their last 4 games, even when I picked them. So, you know what? We're going Angels to go with. Look at that. They're a huge underdog tomorrow, the Angels are. But you know what? Let's take them anyway, because you never know what's going to happen. And winning streaks, maybe there is something to be said for winning streaks. So, Dodgers going to Las Vegas, pitching Lauer, 4.87 ERA. Last 2 starts, 6 innings, no runs, 6 innings, 3 runs. They're really good. Won his last 5 starts. Beat Minnesota, Tampa Bay, Pittsburgh, the Arizona, and Colorado. Won 4 of their last 5 games, and they have won 2 in a row. playing the A's, pitching jump 2.04 ERA. Actually, he has pretty good starts. 5 innings, no runs, 7 innings, no runs. So those are good starts there. He did lose his last one to San Francisco. I think it was like a 2-1 game. But he did win the 4 prior. He beat the Angels, beat Colorado, beat Houston, beat the Cubs. They have lost 2 in a row. And they aren't the favorites. But you know what? The numbers are similar just because of the number of runs. Even though Jump has lost, well, no, he's actually done pretty well. The A's have lost a couple of games. He's pitching well. He doesn't give up a ton of runs, so let's see what happens. But I'm gonna give it a shot. Let's go A's tomorrow to beat because if the A's win any game in this series, it's probably gonna be this first one. So win the first game of the series. Let's see what the Dodgers do after. And then the last game, Giants and the D-backs. Giants pitching Ma 5.49 ERA. They did win their last one against the A's, but they lost the 3 prior of his starts 2 times to the Diamondbacks. Not good. And once to the A's. But they are on a 2-game winning streak. The Giants have won 2 pretty impressive games where the Diamondbacks are pitching Rodriguez 2.27 ERA. He has some pretty good starts, won his last 3, but they have lost 3 in a row. So it's like good pitcher, losing streak. Which one do we go with? I got to go with the winning streak. I got to stick with Giants. Let's see how they do tomorrow. It's a long shot, but I think, we got a underdog here that could pull it off because of what they've been doing the last couple of games. So here are your 15 picks, 13 picks for Monday. It is not a full schedule tomorrow. Got a couple of underdogs in there. We got the Angels. We got Giants. We got the A's. We got the Tigers. And we got the White Sox and the Rangers. So got a couple to pick from there. So hope you have a great day. Remember, if you send me a message or you leave me a comment that you want a hat, let me know. Maybe I can get you a hat, hook you up here. But if you have, hope you get to watch your baseball team. Hope they win tomorrow, unless it's Cleveland. Hope you get to watch some soccer because there's some good games there. And maybe you can sneak in some golf in there somewhere too. See if Scotty Scheffler can come out and win that tournament. So have a great day. If you're watching, like the video. If you get a chance, go ahead and subscribe. And if you decide to bet on golf, World Cup, or baseball tomorrow, I hope you win a ton of money. Have a great day.